Okay, a woman in her 40s gives up on her attempts to lure the passerby to her stand covered in various alcoholic beverages and focuses all her attention on you. Look what a cat dragged in. So, a little bottle of liquor, a shot of vodka. I can see you're quite a drinker. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Careful, my neighbors have work to do. We got them. She has a little bit more money. Oh. I'm gonna use glass for anything specific. Because she has sullen. Do we have anything useful? Some more money. The dry, still youngest woman behind the counter is quickly stalking and rearranging various meats. She trims fat with a knife the size of a machete and neatly separates bones and intestines in two different containers. At the same time, she ceaselessly calls out customers to pursue her meaty wares. What is it? Looking for some meat? Alright, talk to you. Yep. You got... the man behind the metal parts counter shivers violently, shifts his weight from foot to foot, and bleeds loudly into his cupped hands. But all his fidgeting doesn't keep him from calling out for customers and smiling at passers-by. He doesn't stop smiling when he sees you. His smile simply becomes much less sincere. Want something? Scrap metal, perhaps? Wouldn't mind some stimulating conversation. Don't get so brother, but you can see him at work. Take a look at him goods instead. Let's see, what do we have here? Toolbox. Okay. Double what I have. The man behind the fish counter is absent-mindedly reading some pre-war book. From time to time, he licks a finger, which in all honesty could be cleaner, and turns the page. As soon as he notices you, he sets the book aside and summons a half-hearted smile. Hello, what do you want? Just want to talk, you answer a couple questions? Nope. Doesn't want to talk. Yeah, and here we have these weird fishes. Okay. What do you have, nobody? The balding trader keeps screaming out slogans, occasionally pausing to sip from his flask, judging by his expression. What he's drinking isn't herbal tea. What do you want? The moment's sold out, so I advise you to think fast. Maybe you can shoot out the fat a bit first. What do you say? I'm gonna do a pat. Wait, no talk. Okay. boots. Let's see. Lockpick. Mm. $215, huh? And that is tempting. Don't think we will ever need this, right? Let's see. Do we need an old boot for something? Think so, right? Oh, we only got 2. Well, Shanka would be nice when you're traveling around. Normally hat is nice when we are in... when we're not traveling around. Blue-eyed salesman greets you with a neutral nod. After a few seconds of complete apathy, his voice rings out with flat, fake enthusiasm. Welcome to my store. I am Demian the merchant, and my price sounds steep. Come and see. It's almost free. Yeah, right, buddy. There we go. Tottenham 1. Spurs beat West Ham. Nicely. Maybe there are a couple of questions. Oh, he wouldn't talk. Okay. What can you tell me about yourself? Most of my life I've been a merchant. First I traveled with the local caravaneer as a guard. Then I became a fledgling noble entrepreneur with the caravans of Guangzhou, and now I'm my own boss. How's business? So I spend a lot of money on gas, and a lot of my suppliers comes from distant villages. The local farmers' prices have gone up like crazy, all because they heard a rumor about some big unresting coming. So they're in a hurry to make as much money as possible while they can. What can you tell me about Trudograd? Mighty city, would you look at those walls? Skyscrapers wrapped in fog, a real bastion of civilization. Here's some juicy gossip with me now. People from nearby villages are talking about dark times supposedly on the horizon. They say the Northerners are going to take these lands and appoint their own commander over us. Nothing but baloney as far as I'm concerned, but those bigoted fools won't stop with the hateful rumors. Okay, talk something else. Show me what you got. Okay, so he has a lot of armor and stuff. It's clown nose. Imagine spread his arm to stop you from leaving, but at the last moment steps away aside. Apparently he's decided you're not worth the effort. Okay. Plump and perky woman of around 30 standing among a selection of farm fresh foodstuffs rests her hands on her hips and says, "We're here to buy something, comrade. No free samples, doesn't matter how long you stand there staring. My food is so good, it would be a sin to give away even the smallest bites." We answer a few questions instead. Okay, show me what you got then. Okay, so you got a little bit of food. Okay. Taxi, huh? Well, this wide-shouldered man leans against his weathered car, crosses his greasy arms and asks, "What are you looking for, dude? If it's a driver, then you're in the right place." Well, right place, huh? What makes you better than the other taxi drivers? Taxi driver? Oh, my bad. Guys at the bar will have a laugh when they hear someone mistook Mika the wheel for a taxi driver. I transport cargo, no passengers allowed. In that case, must be hard to find clients if you're hawking your services in the street. Mika the wheel dismisses your question with a wave. Long-term contractors took the whole blanket for themselves. Some are even subsidized by the city. Hungry times are coming for solo privateers like me. Speechcraft. Big companies sometimes won't take on jobs that a private entrepreneur would gladly pick up, right? You know, you're right. These companies have gotten lazy. They won't do urgent deliveries except a triple charge. Not all merchants can afford that. I, on the other hand, am always willing to negotiate. I guess I'll survive after all, bro. I have a few more questions. Can you answer them? Why would I talk to you? Don't know me, man. I'm fishing for clients, not random conversation. Okay. Fine. What the heck is this? A man of short stature is nervously jumping in place while every so often glancing at a shaggy dog sitting nearby, happily wagging his tail. The man is so consumed by this activity he doesn't see you approach. Negligent hound, good for nothing, not even for supper. Hey, what's the problem with the dog yonder? The man flinches in surprise and curses in an unfamiliar language. Don't creep up on people like that. Over ya. Jeez. That's my problem. Yonder dog cost me an arm and a leg, and I'm starting to think that little chassis wasn't worth it. Doesn't guard, it doesn't shake a paw or stay or play dead. The one thing it does reliably is eat. Oh, I don't know what to do with this insufferable hound. I'm not a dog expert, maybe I can solve your problem? The man gives you a skeptical look. I guess you could give it a try. His name is Haitian, cucumber in your tongue. Perhaps you will succeed where I failed. If you do not, you have my permission to put it down. It's a deal, but can we have a chat for a bit first? No. Okay, in that case, I'll be on my way. Young man, Satan tosses his head and looks at you with a silly expression on his mustache. Woof! Well, Hanshin, what do you think about a little workout? Dog goes cross-eyed and gives you a little whimper. Stop a simple command. Sit. Lie down. Dog stares at you blankly. What's the best approach for teaching him the basic commands? Strength. Lie down, I tell you. Sit. Assert your dominance. The terrified animal crouches trembling at your feet. Now that he knows who the alpha is, Haitian obeys all your commands at once, sitting, lying down, standing again, and rolling over. Alright, what's next? You should bark at strangers or anyone that's slightest a bit unusual and bite people who hurt your master. Make a stupid face and hope for the best. One of your goofy tricks works. With an angry growl, Haitian starts pawing the ground. When his master says attack, the dog lunges forward, starts ferociously biting your pant leg. After a little more training, Haitian definitely gets it. Wonderful. Next command. The master doesn't ever want you to run away. Stay by his side unless he tells you otherwise. Unleash the dog and he happily runs away. Dexterity. Run after the dog and drive him to his master to make him understand what he's supposed to do. You tirelessly pursue the dog, eventually forcing him back to his master, who strokes him before letting him go again. You repeat the training until the Haitian performs every time. Okay. The work here is done. I'm off. Okay. Let's talk about the results of Haitian's training. Hope you bring good news. I'm done. Your dog is a new person. Dog now. See, you've driven some sense into this hound, Why? As a token of gratitude, here, take these 30 renminbi. Hey, don't pull that sour face. I paid that sum in rubles, of course. Let's see. 30 renminbi equals 300 of your local currency. A pleasure doing business with you. Hey, much obliged. Now can we chat for a bit? No problem, Honorable Lawine. There's a couple of questions for me. I will answer all your questions, though, but know this, that soon we leave, so please ask everything you want to know. What's your name? I am Shikawa. What may I call you? Glad to make your acquaintance. My name is Boris. Nice to know your name, Boris. May it bring you good fortune in the future. What do you do? I work for the Guangzhou Caravan Company in the rank of noble entrepreneur. This means I'm trusted enough to work at the caravan without constant supervision by the superior. However, I have nothing to sell right now. I'm waiting for a caravan to take me back to our base in faraway Neo-Khabarovsk. What can you tell me about Trudograd? It's a big, powerful city, not as big and powerful as Shanghai or New Beijing. Let's be real, but still. There's some rumors with me. You see the red star? In the north it's called Sigir, Wolf Star, or Wormwood. In the west it's called Shigir, Lucifer, or the Hesperus Star. However, we one joke caravanners are simple people, so we call it unblinking and ever watchful ruby eye of the wealthy cosmic dragon who begged to send desperate buyers with sizable bags of gold our way. Easy to remember and descriptive. Okay, buddy. What's this place? A sporty man in his 30s greasy. He seems cautious at first, but visibly relaxed once he has a good look at your face. He speaks with barely perceptible southern accent. Go ahead and tell me what you want, comrade, but don't come any closer to the car. My bodyguard and I don't like this. I'm new to the city. Can you answer a couple of questions? Go find someone else to chat with. I'm busy. Okay. A clearly annoyed man in his 30s is trying to pick the rusty, badly scratched lock on the driver's door of an old car. Noticing you, he nods and immediately returns to his problem. No time for talking. I really need to get going, but I lost my key and I can't get this bloody thing open. Yeah, why bother opening the door if you don't have the key? You can't start the engine anyway. I have the ignition key, so it's the door key I'm missing. I replaced this fucking door after a car crash. Man, do I regret that decision. I regret getting a new door. I regret not getting a keychain for a new key. I regret everything right now so much. Let me help you. The man gets up, puts his hands in his pocket, and lets you approach the door. Wait. Thanks, I don't have any money to pay you, but if you help me out, I'll tell you everything in my village. What a good person you are. Thanks. Lockpick? No. Let me use strength. Jerk on the door to force the lock open. No. Technology? No. There's a couple questions. If I try and get into the car, get the car door. What the heck? How much strength does it need then? It uses his lockpicks and save. Not sure they weigh empty bottles. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any more empty bottles. That's a lot of empty bottles, though. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we could sell, but they're not worth that much. Well, you know what? Anything for a little bit of cash, right? The gray-haired but still hardy fellow in his 50s is staring angrily at the parking lot guard, who looks nonplussed. Turning to you, it entirely pinches the bridge of his nose. I can't believe what I'm seeing. This enemy of justice wants to stand in the way of a man getting even with his son's murderer. Why aren't you allowed into the parking lot? It was last time I came this close to tearing that beast behind the fence to pieces. Calm down. Where do you think you are? This is a decent city of decent people. Decency. Decent, my hairy ass. Lawless, that's what it is. Far more so than up north. You cover up for murderers. Who are you talking about? Man grimaces and gestures to the fence around the parking lot. He that expensively dressed creep standing near a large track, him with the bodyguard. That's Genevieve the merchant, an all-round sick fuck. A month ago, on his way to deliver goods to the city, he crossed paths with my son Vitya. The boy was walking along the road to pick berries by the swamp. Intellect ran him over, did he? In that same truck he's fixing? He did. It was a straight stretch of road, but that piece of shit jerked the wheel at just the right moment. Keep seeing Vitya's bent body flying through the air and rolling over and over after it hit the ground. He killed my son for no reason at all, that beast. He knew he would go scot-free in this city of corruption. Mad with grief and revenge, the father looks as if he's going to burst into tears. That's terrible. What are you going to do now? The man lapses into silence and glances suspiciously at the parking guard. I have a couple of ideas, but let's discuss them in my room at the hotel. I don't want to talk in front of this lickspittle. The man shoots the guard one last distaste for look and leaves. Alright, we will see. Yeah, we'll talk to him at over there. Talk to the guard. The silent but robust guy looks at you expectantly. Again, it doesn't seem eager to talk, specifically not with you. What do you want? And hurry it up. I don't have the entire day to spend listening to you and jibber jabber. guard this parking lot, am I right? Yes, I'm the guard here. Is that something you couldn't work out on your own? Calm down. I have some more questions. Don't have time. Get me down there. Something over here. Oh, campfire. We can fix our meat now, right? Oh yeah. Not that much hunger. 200. A black-haired man in Tibet, yeah. Cap raises a hand in greeting, but does not turn from the blazing fire before him. Salam, friend. Would you like some goat cheese? Yes, I wouldn't mind that one bit. Oh, I agree. That would be just lovely. I don't have any though. Not anymore. Anyway, did you want something or did you just stop by to warm up? Why did you ask about the goat cheese in the first place? Ah, yes. Why do you always do that? Talk about goats when I no longer have a herd. Probably it is a force of habit. In childhood, I haven't talked about anything else. What happened to your herd? Counterpart shyly wipes away an invisible tear. All my goats were taken away by the cleft-hoof mafia, cartel of shadow shepherds. I hate even to think about it. I've heard that name somewhere. Tell me more about this gang. Wild people. Where I come from, several wealthy shepherds organized themselves into a... what's the word? Cartel. They started taxing and punishing anyone who was too honest or had too few goats to join them. I had nothing to pay with, so my herd was goat napped straight out of the blue. I did everything to save my poor babies. Ran after the truck, shouted, demanded justice, prayed, but nothing I did helped. Got it. What are you doing in the outskirts then? Since I lost my herd, I've been trying every way I can to restore it. That's what brought me to the Trudograd. Wait for him to continue the tale. Out that somewhere in the city you can find the seeds of a mysterious plant called boromets. This is a bush upon which tiny baby goats grow instead of the fruit. Well, if my source wasn't lying, of course. Keep your mouth shut. I understand it sounds weird, but I'm desperate. My sole talent is shepherding, but what good a shepherd without his herd? All my hopes and dreams depend on boromets being an actual plant. Who knows, maybe the legends are true. That sounds like quite a problem. That's for sure, and you know what the worst thing is? The gate guards demanded 100 rubles for me to enter. Where can an honest person get that kind of funds? Nowhere. And I wouldn't pay them even if I had that sum. Walking should be free for all. Shepherd stumps his foot in annoyance, causing the nearby bonfire to crackle and spark. I couldn't restrain myself, told them what I thought of their rules. So they issued me a fine and said if I come back, I'll be in a world of hurt. That's how I got stuck here. I can't get into the city and I can't leave empty-handed either. I see, if I ever find this boromets, I'll be sure to bring it to you. Let's see if there's anything around here. No log or anything, no. An aging woman with a cigarette in her teeth is warming her hands before her flaming barrel, eyeing the passers-by with a predatory gaze. Everyone who catches her attention carefully averts their eyes and hastens on their way. Well, 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 look at the little mice go. Fucking goody two-shoes prudes. When you're drunk, you come crawling around to make sweet love to Lady Daisy. When you're sober, you suddenly go blind. The woman sucks on a cigarette and wheezes out a cloud of dark gray smoke. Looking around in a bored way, she sees you're the only person who dares to go near her. Howdy ho, sailor. Looking for some hot loving? Maybe later. I want to ask you a few questions. What a boring young man you are. Ah, so be it. What do you want to ask? Isn't it hard working out here in the cold? It's not easy for anyone. The pimp of mine. Sorry, Daisy, but if you're only fit for field work, so get your fat ass to the outskirts and start working it. Fuck. Do you have a lot of clients? Woman frowns in concentration and starts mumbling under the breath as he calculates something. There's plenty. On the outskirts and in places like the scrap quarter, there's tons of thugs of all kinds. These guys don't have much money, but whatever they do have, they spend on entertainment. What can you tell me about the city? It's a nice fat city, many foreign travelers, many traders, mercenaries, prime clientele with full pockets, plenty of weirdos and pervs out there too. Weirdos even before the war. Any interesting rumors? There's a lot of talk about arenas in the city where animals fight and people place big bets on the outcome. If I had the time to actually find out these places, I would put 50 rubles down in a heartbeat. Yep, I need to check this out as soon as I get a chance. Okay, chance to stop there. Okay. The blue-eyed woman is pacing in a short circuit, cooing softly to the baby held close to her chest. When we noticed, or rather sense your presence, she squints and smiles with poorly concealed anger. What are you looking at? You a crook sent by his so-called father to harass me? Nobody sent me. Who's his father you talking about? You know who I'm talking about. Don't play dumb. The woman smiled hysterically and turns her back on you. Well done. What was that? So, is there a different way in or not? There. Hold it. You approach the city gates with two guards lazily aimed their rifles at you. A tall man with a kind face addresses you without his hostility. At least for now, before you have said or done anything to change his attitude. Welcome to Trudograd. Hey there, comrades. I'm gonna head into the city, okay? Hold up a minute there, Chief. We get in alright, but first tell us your name. We know all the locals and we don't know you. My name is Boris. The guards writes down your information and look back at you. Nice to meet you, Boris. What is the purpose of your visit? All in a way is business, right? Business? Yeah, a lot of folks come here for that. What are you trading? Oh, you know, this and that, the usual. The guard smiles, scribbles something in his notepad, tucks it away in his pocket, and gives you a kindly, almost gentle look. That's all. Pay the toll and you can go in. Sigh and gesture for him to continue. Listen here, this isn't some stinking provincial hellhole. Nobody's gonna rob you. Give us 150 and go through. Speed scripts. That's not how things are done in a civilized city, comrade policeman. I'm tempted to argue, but you look like you could talk the devil into attending mass, you chatterbox. Go ahead, no charge. You can pay us later, I guess. Hold on, can you tell me a bit about Trudograd? Trudograd is the world capital, and don't let anybody tell you different. You have everything a real metropolis needs. Docks, a brothel, drinking establishment, houses of worship for most of the major religions. Anything you like, you can find it here. Anything interesting news going around? Folks say those buggers to the north have been really active lately. They don't scare me, but some are concerned they are going to cross the river and storm the city. Anything interesting going on in the outskirts? Nah, things are quiet right now. Just like I like it. Okay, well, I gotta fly. Ah, crap. I forgot I was supposed to go to the hotel. Talk to the guy. Hopefully we can get in free anyway. But not saving. The guy here but still hard to follow in. Okay. You came. That's good. Are you ready to hear my offer? That's why I'm here. Come on, let's hear your plan. Tonight I'll give the highest sign to a chap I know, who will tell the murderer that someone scratched his car. When he and his pet might come here to find out what happened, we'll whack them together. You can take all the gear, money, whatever, anything you find on this piece of shit and his crumb bum sidekick. Now for my little boy, let this be for all the people who never have the chance to kill, thanks to us. That's good. I'll help you. That's been moving the parking lot tonight. I can't take them alone. Agreed. See you then. Sure, why not? Hopefully we can remember. Lean man in a tank helmet is on a Fiesta cliff drinking with a weird machine on skis. As you approach, you see him give the last few turns to tighten the screw, then begin loosening it again. As it works, going well. Do you need any help, perchance? Worker jumps up, startled. Hey, don't sneak up on people like that. And no, I don't need any help. As you can see, I manage quite well on my own. Manage what? Are you the manager of tightening and loosening screws and then tightening them again? Nothing escapes your attention, Swifty. Don't be too quick to judge my method. One day soon, this baby will race across the wastelands again, hunting down all kinds of monsters. The man's tone suggests the only thing this baby would ever race across is the vast expanse of Imagination Land. It looks solid enough, why doesn't it work? Instead of answering, the man opens the engine compartment of the impressive fighting machine. You lean forward, but all you see inside is Rustin, the single lonely mouse who blinks his beady eyes at you before disappearing into the shadows. Satisfied with the absence of an engine, you turn back to the mechanic. He slams the hood shut again. Let me guess, you want me to go find one for you? No, you would never find it alone. But you know, there's something you can help me with. All ears. The man lapses into a tense silence, as if trying to gather his courage before speaking with gloomy determination. Get me a length of rope and a piece of soap, mate. Ordinary rope and some simple soap. That alone can save me now. Rope and a piece of soap, you say? No problemo. Good to hear. You won't regret this. Hey, I'll even pay you for your trouble. How does 200 rubles sound? And you can pay me right now because I already have what you need. Thank you. I'll put them to good use. Here's 200 rubles. My needs are few, so I was able to save this up without too much trouble. Speech craft. Hey mate, we're asking you to find someone to fetch your soap and rope with basically no notice. Don't you think it's kind of you should be better paid? Alright, you win. Here's another 100. I'm sure I'll get my reward too. In heaven. We're in ruins, it's more like it. Johnny, by the way, if you want to see something spectacular, come back tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to show them. I'll show them all. Oh, why not? Right. I'll be waiting, but if you miss it for whatever reason, you have only yourself to blame. Right? Well, have a nice day. Scrap quarter. Going into the city. Welcome to the map of Trudograd. Presently available location to go there. Please note, you cannot travel between locations unless you have traveled to the exit zone of the current location. Move to another location, highlight the location and click on it with the left mouse button. The location visited thus far on the world map will be shown as well as locations that you know about, via quest for examples, but not yet visited. Note that before you could fast travel between locations, you need to visit them. Enter the unvisitable location through the neighboring location's exit zone. You can press the camping button to cook something on the barrel pit day and night, or buy a permit only day and only in the city. But be careful, the mean streets of Trudograd is not a place to hang around for too long. Okay. As a drunken man who lay down for a nap on a roadside snow, you're pretty sure that by tomorrow morning he will be dead. Townsfolk walk on by without even sparing their poor elbow bender a glance. Wait, you drunkard. You shake and clap your hands in his ear and even kick him a couple of times. It's all in vain. Several passers-by look with pity on your attempts, but quicken their pace when you try to catch their eye. Oh, well, search his pockets then. In the inside pocket you find 30 rubles, perhaps the remnants of your last paycheck. Well, take the money for yourself. 5 rubles is quite a haul in this day and age, and all you had to do is rob a soon-to-be dead vagrant. You pocket the cash. Back to yourself and not your problem. Your own urgent business is immeasurably more important than messing with some tippler. You should be thankful you noticed him at all. With a deep sense of accomplishment, you turn your back on the doomed fellow. Right. Nah, we're not done with it, Renji. I'm just not gonna stream it. I'm just gonna play it by myself. And record it and upload it on YouTube. It's not fun for people to watch or on stream, in my opinion. When you have to fight or struggle with just discovery or stuff like that for so long. It's like what I wrote on Discord. Okay, enter. How are you doing, Renji? Hmm. That is to that place. I'm gonna go next. Yeah, I'm okay. Before is a stocky, well-built man in a nice jacket. He's warming his hands over a flaming barrel. The man glances around and mutters, "God damn idiot of a woman." This is idiot you speak of, comrade. Man looks up, startled. What? Oh, that mutant lass over there, the one with the hooks for hands. Just as the woman marching along the streets, screaming strange slogans about turnips, beets, and other equally insane things. Come on, I can't be the only one who noticed. There's so many weirdos around these days. They make up religions or pretend to be birds or whatever, it's nuts. They're turning the world into a giant fucking freak show. Hmm. It's not that big of a deal. People just trying to find a meaning in their lives. Meaning? What meaning? Why can't they find meaning in something normal, like collecting stamps or playing chess or gambling their lives away on Bombagun, like it used to be? Anyway, forget about the retard epidemic for a second. Name's Jacek Sakuro, and I'm an apple merchant. Wanna try one? Unlike my political views, the prices I have here is quite liberal. I'm interested in the inverter factory. Can you tell me where is it? No, can do. I came here to train or to learn local history. Try asking some of the old timers. Maybe they know. Again, I learned nothing. Could you at least explain to me why you picked such a weird locale to sell apples? Conversation partner looks away as if he has something to hide. Nothing weird about it. Why are people always so suspicious of me? First, they spread rumors about me being a violent assassin, and the same an illegal firearms dealer, paying the local cops to ignore his deadly trade. The real reason for my commercial success is easy as turnip pie. My apples are tasty and cheap. The local hobos like them and they can afford them. Treat yourself to one of my apples and you see I'm telling the truth. Ishka, too bad. Me and my gang of trigger-happy criminals were looking for a place to buy huge quantities of firearms and ammo. Trigger-happy, huh? The kind of guys who shoot at the least provocation, like the sound of a bird song in the distance. Therefore, need to purchase ammo in bulk? Alright, I only keep a tiny network of customers, and that's usually enough for me. You seem like you would make a nice addition to our family of gun nuts. Jacek leads you to his truck and shifts a crate of apples to reveal a hoard of army equipment and ammunition cases hidden beneath. You throw a furtive glance at the nearby policeman. He's seeing the exact same thing but doesn't seem at all bothered. On the contrary, he deliberately looks away. Now that we're finally friends, can I ask you some questions? Why not ask away? How did you get into selling ammo? In the 90s, that was the best way to earn money. Not like that anymore. In Trudograd it's straight up illegal, so I exchanged my stock for fresh apples. Yeah, you heard me right. Nowadays, other than yourself, I only sell guns and ammo to a few old clients I can't bring myself to disappoint. But apples are my #1 moneymaker. Tell me about your trade. It's a reliable source of income even during the months when I only sell apples. I have a good suppliers, rural grandmas with their own orchards. They sell these bad boys dirt cheap and in bulk. When I resell them, even at the low price I'm famous for, I still make like 400% profit. Ha! Okay, what can you tell me about Trudograd? If it weren't for a few no-good degenerates, this would be an amazing city, but unfortunately, there's a boatload of lunatics around lately. Folks say that the red dot in the sky is driving people mad. The Hesperus star. So these speculations are usually coming from the people who are batshit themselves. astrologists, astronomers, witch doctors, and the like. Frauds, the lot of them. An interesting rumor with me. Far to the north there used to be this woman, a pre-war professor, who went all the way off the rails a few months back. People started calling her Mania the Mad because she was constantly annoying everyone with her terrible screams. Oh, my skull, it's cracking open. It's going to burst, call a doctor. Actually, nobody did. Instead, everyone made fun of her. They joked that because of her pre-war university education, her brain got too big for her skull. But a few days ago, some locals found her dead in her flat. The back of her head was completely obliterated, her brain gone. And the ball of her skull was filled with thousands of tiny wriggling white worms. Weird shit, huh? Okay, show me your wares. Let's see. Oh boy. Hmm. Uh, 6 to 12. Hit with stock. Okay. No. That one will be nice. I should buy the bowls, maybe. Yeah, we don't need. That is pretty nice, though. I must say. So if you put that one in. Yeah. Is it weird, lady? You see a small, stocky woman with signs of mutation, feral alcohol syndrome on her face. She's marching cheerfully along the street, calling out various colorful slogans as she goes. Noticing you, she smirks to herself. Oh my, this is a test from the fates. Will I sing so low as to talk to this disgusting asshole from a great cause? Will I flee? So be it, I'll swallow my pride. Hey, traveler, come closer, take a gander. Would you say that the fallen wind stands before you? Did you say I look like a discount hooker? Disgusting pig? A fucking hobo? A hideous mutant housefrau? Huh? Would you? Oh my, I would never say such things. Doesn't surprise you, blushes like a schoolgirl. Getting her bearings, she loudly clears her throat and continues. Oh my, what a pleasant, well-mannered young person you are. Thank you very much from the depths of my black, violated, alcoholic soul. Yes, you heard that right, alcoholic. For even though you see me as a beautiful, innocent youth, I used to be all those things I said. But you know why I'm no longer a degenerate. You know what my secret is. Intellect. Since you appear to be some kind of crazed street preacher, I assume the answer lies in a sermon or fable relating some quasi-religious self-help mumbo-jumbo. No, not really. Not at all. Actually, the answer is turnips. Look up at my stumps, you foolish in despair. The woman whips her hands out of her pockets and you instinctively jump back. Both her hands have been amputated, or rather chopped off, and replaced with rusty iron hooks. A dirty rotten turnip is impaled on each hook. Each of these root vegetables starts its journey deep underground, in mud, muck, and, God forbid, manure. However, there always comes a day when a caring farmer digs his turnips out and shows them to the morning sun. Reminds you of us humans, doesn't it? No matter how low we sink, there is always a way out. Right? Okay, maybe. Intellect. But some people start well off and fall from grace later in their lives. How do your turnip fables explain that? Fuck off! Think you're a smart guy, eh? Listen to this white-hot analogy. Sometimes turnips, after being gathered in the field and washed, fall from the truck into dirty ditches on the way to the market. Truly does so the people who fall from grace after years of glory. Verily, they should follow the turnip to escape their fate. There. Why the odd silence? Beat got you time? But the same fable could be told about any vegetable, like beetroot or even the humbled potato. Blasphemy! I swear that there is no virtuous root vegetable but the turnip, and Turna is the goddess. Compare the taste if you don't believe my testimony. Turnips are sweet, fragrant treats, while beets are disturbing, fetid lumps of fecal matter and hate. Potatoes are okay, I guess, but there's nothing holy about them. Okay, maybe. What do you want me to do about it? How should I know? I'm not your parking mother, am I? My role is to share the wisdom of Turna, the turnip goddess. That's it. We can talk some more or you can leave. You're the one who must decide. Just don't eat beets, for it's a grave sin. Hey, how did you lose your hands? As a seeker, Normie, ask me something else. Of all the root vegetables, how did you start worshipping turnips? Sorry, Normie, I will only discuss my religious faith with those who are worthy. You obviously are not. You will have to be satisfied with that, what you already know. Hey, I see. Hey, do you happen to know where the inverter factory went? The factory from before the war. Turner knows, but not her humble servant. I was blackout drunk the year that place disappeared. I was so fucked up I wouldn't have noticed if Trudograd herself had vanished. I want to ask you a few questions. Not gonna lie, you're a terrible, disgusting human being, but you embrace the gospel of the turnip, so me and Turner welcome your company. Ask me anything, you wild scumbag. What's your name? Not in the mood to speak my Normie name, and I trust my awakened mutant name only to others of my kind. Even the friendliest Normie is a potential bully and gene supremacist. Also, my mutant name is so scary your ears would bleed and your eyes pop right up your skull if you heard it. What do you do for a living? I'm begging for a change and expose the way of turnip to the locals. Maybe one day, if I convert enough people, the missionaries will return for me, but we can discuss that on another occasion. What can you tell me about this fine city? Not that bad. Want to hear my motto? Life in Trudograd turned me into an alcoholic hobo prostitute, but my hands are lost elsewhere. What I mean by this is that there are worse places in the world. Any rumors to share? People say that up north winters become so harsh there is snow on the ground right through summer. You can feel the colder temperatures even as far as Trudograd. Okay. Yeah, she's a little bit of a weirdo, that lady. Little bit of a nutcase. Okay, let's see. A hunchbacked old man with a long beard strolls around the room using a pestle to pummel something in a small mortar. Puts his tools away in a capacious pocket and clicks his tongue. Now, what do we have here? You in dire need of medications? But which kind? Let me take a look-see in your mouth. I have something for you. Open your mouth. The pharmacist pushes his spectacles up his nose, comes close, and squints even harder than before. Then he steps back to his former position. Lack of vitamins, weak immune system, typical. Every winter people suffer from this ailment, especially since the climate changed. You don't need to worry, I have everything you need, literally. You need every possible treatment and cell to get better. Frankly, I'm interested in the fate of the inverter factory. The elderly pharmacist takes a couple steps back and cocks his head. The old man's eyes are hidden by the reflection of the lamp in his glasses. Inverter, you say? Oh, you're in luck. I happen to know a few things about it, but if you're so interested in the place, maybe you could, how should I put it? Pay for the information. 1,000 rubles should be enough. 1,000? That's a bit rich for you to tell a little story. Yeah. Smooth talk doesn't work on a wrinkled old man. Cash on the barrelhead and I'll tell you all I know. Forget it. Can we talk about something else now? Answer a couple of questions. If you want it so badly, may I ask what your name is? My name is Inukontei Bugovsky, but you can call me Bug the Pharmacist. This nickname stuck to me a long time ago, unfortunately. Now it's become something of a trademark. So what do you do here? For the war, I taught chemistry in public school. Now, as you can see, I'm a pharmacist. A quiet and relatively lucrative business is just a thing for someone my age. Tell me about Trudograd. Young folks seem to think this is a good place to make money, and they are right. Until the oligarchy decides to shove a stick in the spokes of the wheel of small business. Are there any rumors you'd like to share? People saying the city's revolutionaries want to establish a dictatorship of the proletariat. I have nothing against the proletariat, but I don't really like the word dictatorship. Okay, let's see what he has. We got all the goodies. Previous game. You want to... Okay. Well, he wants 1,000 rubles for. In here. Let's save and okay. Aurora Zersinskaya 1 Black Gold of Benzodar. First book of 5. Yeah. I'm gonna read all that. Shaggy and shaving big ass sets down his bottle of hooch and glances at you gaily. Good help to you, bud. Looks at his collection of empty bottles. What's the occasion? Man chuckles and runs a broad hand through his unkempt hair. You think every drinking binge needs a reason? I don't know. Wouldn't hurt, I guess. Good for you if you think like that, but I don't need one. I don't need any reason no more. The big guy leans back and a satisfied smile appears on his face. Plus my whole life is one damn party. I'm not even being ironic right now. Hey, can you tell me what happened to the local factory? Ask my neighbor instead. During the night he stays at my place, but during the day he and his wife are out looking for heroes. And with damn good reason. Go and talk to him. Thanks, but can I ask you some questions first? Sorry, bud, but I'm not in the mood. Okay. Oh, party on, buddy. I'm just gonna see if he notices this. If he's drunk enough or... Yeah, okay, he noticed it. Wasn't drunk enough. Be that blind. More coffee. Coffee. Okay. Got some toilet paper. Yeah, baby. Ooh, double. Might need that for digging up stuff. Loot everything, no matter what, because we will make any money we can. See if there's anybody home here. Notice. The man standing at the table is completely engrossed in repairing a complex-looking lock. When he spots you, he adjusts his glasses and addresses you in an annoyed, nasally voice. I'm Ryoka. What do you want? Is it lock repair? So you're a locksmith, huh? How's business? It's alright, thanks for asking. Are you here to complain? Did someone crack open your newly locked door and swipe everything you had, including items of deep sentimental value? It happens, you know, even with quality locks like mine. Oh, I haven't been robbed. Ah, then if nobody stole anything, why spread baseless rumors about me? Why say I intentionally include tiny defects in all my locks that criminal associates of mine can easily access the house? It's so simple to... I mean, my clients. These falsehoods are all nebulous and not true besides. You have my word on that. I've never dreamed of accusing you of such things. Think you could answer a few questions? Hey, I can't do that, too busy. I'm trying to find out what happened to the inverter factory. Can you help me? Pretty obvious the factory once was here, and then later it was gone. That's all I know. I'm a locksmith, not a historian of pre-war factories. Bummer, can you at least answer a few questions? No. The heck? You were useless. Yep, next. A middle-aged woman with unkempt hair gives you a grim look through her horn-rimmed glasses. What exactly are you doing here? Do you know this is a private dwelling? Are you here to rob us, or are you that cunning bastard that tried to make my Slava into an alcoholic? Hold on, what's that? Who's Slava and who tried to make him an alcoholic? An uncultured, conniving, disrespectful brute. Someone just like you. Slava first met this so-called friend at the end of last year. I met him only once, and the way he conducted himself painted a gruesome picture. So what did they do with Slava exactly? My heart aches when I think about it. They got acquainted at the truck driving lessons, and at first they just chatted during rest breaks. But then he brought Slava into his circle of friends, you know the type, drug addicts and women of dubious morals. He suggested Slava drink alcohol with them, played the guitar for them. He must have done something more underhanded to cripple my boy's mental capacity, because when I prohibited Slava from talking to that piece of human garbage in his past, he actually rebelled against me. Raised his voice, demanding I unlock the door so he could leave for an afternoon in town. When I said no, he became hysterical. It took him until morning to return to his calm, passive self. Thank God for that. Seems like Slava's new friends were your average city kids. Despite Slava being chronically lazy, timid daydreamer, which are not desirable traits, he still deserves better peers than some drugged up punks. Okay, don't know how to reply to that, so let's change the subject. Listen, do you know what happened to the inverter factory? I'm trying to maintain a civilized household here, so why would I investigate some ugly lump of iron, dirt, and sweat? What I know is that it was disposed of, rightfully so. Can I at least answer a few general questions? Nope. Oh, we can talk to him then. The young man filled his nerves away his thick horn-rimmed glasses, and after glancing over at the middle-aged woman standing nearby, whispers, "If Michelle Semyonov sent you, please don't say anything in front of my mama, and you know, just tell him I don't want the job." Who's Michael Semyonov? What's this job you don't want? It's just a guy, you know, passed my truck driving exam using his GAZ and aced it. He was so impressed he offered me a full-time position driving for his company. He said, "The road she's calling you, Slava. A man who's never tamed the highway has never lived." I agreed then and there because he was really pushy, but I can't make good on my promise. I skipped the interview and started avoiding him. But since the stranger showed up here for no reason, maybe he sent you to find me. I'm glad you don't know him though. I hope he's forgotten me. What did you miss out? You told me yourself that you were good. Well, I kinda was, and I always loved trucks and cars ever since childhood. Being a trucker is like a dream to me, I guess. But it was a dream. Then Mama told me to forget it. She told me I can't do it. His eyes grows blank and he clenches his fist. I have a bad health, you know, and a nervous mindset. I'm unlucky too, just like my father was. That's what she says. How can someone like me survive in the waste? Seriously, she told you all that? I'm not sure I agree with her parenting style. Oh, no, wait. Oh, crap. Someone shakes his head as if to chase away bad thoughts. I don't know, really go up and Mama's friend come over. All they discuss is terrible things like that. Why would they lie? Please understand, Mama loves me very much and is afraid of losing me. She almost had a heart attack the day I started truck driving courses a few blocks up the road. Imagine me leaving on a week-long run. She told it to me straight. If I ever leave for that long, she must surely die. What are you gonna do? Live out your days staring at the walls of this room because of her overprotective bullshit? It's not poo. You make some good points. So what makes you think there's nothing to gain from staying here? I might get a desk job somewhere close to home. I can work there where it's safe to save my mom heartache. We'll have more money that way, and maybe I'll meet a girl. Start a family. I don't know. Maybe I should have a talk with her. Young pairs visibly and shakes his head, but in his gaze you read a completely different reaction. Hope. Wish he would talk to his mother and make her see the light. Please don't, I beg of you. Talk to her and convince her to let me go. Ahem. I meant to say don't talk to her. Yeah, no way, that's what I meant. I talked to her, don't worry, it's gonna go great, or at least not tragically wrong, possibly. Oh, thank you so much, but I think you'll be disappointed. We will see. Still got a few more questions. Questions? How strange. Well, okay, I would love to chat. Tell me about yourself. Haven't I told you, my name is Slava. Me and my mama have lived here for 2 years already. So what do you do? Sometimes merchants give mama some bookkeeping work and I try to help her out. I'm not good at it though. I also cook sometimes. I love to read. I really hope to get a desk job somewhere near my home one day. What can you tell me about Trudograd? I don't know what to say about Trudograd. I've never been anyplace else. If you trust what the migrants say, it's a great place. If you ask the old local elders, they will tell you it's terrible. There are a couple of rumors with me, don't you? Have you ever played Bombagon? I'll never touch those cursed cards again. Mama's old co-worker once told her that his neighbor's sister's nephew's teenage friend once met one of the 4 Bombagan Grandmasters. This Grandmaster agreed to play, but with one stipulation. His opponent must bet his mother's heart on the outcome. Kid agreed, and lost. Okay. Here's the subject. Okay. Now what you need of me, comrade? And my answer is no. Let me persuade you that Slava should work as a truck driver. How can you not understand? The boy just entered a phase in which he believes himself an adult and is looking for responsibility. Believe me, I'm already taking measures to prove how silly this dream is. Send him to those truck driving courses. That way he will learn firsthand how dangerous and disgusting that profession is. The essence that's on his driving course. He was even offered a job. That's not a phase, it's his calling in life. Yes, it was allegedly praised in the training school out of a pity probably. Believe me, if this career wasn't guaranteed to lead Slava's injury, death or disgrace, I would have let him pursue it long ago. Speechway, my dear, how do you know that? Won't kill the boy to try, at least let him have that. Success? You're telling me that despite Slava's lack of physical or mental prowess, despite having 0 life experience, he won't die in such a demanding job? Okay. Supposing he succeeds, what then? He put his pedal to the metal and leave me. What reason will I have to live after he disappears from my life forever? What does this have to do with you? I thought we were talking about your son's well-being. Tears start flowing freely from the woman's eyes, but she wipes them away and answers in a menacingly loud whisper. Right, who cares about my future? Yes, why not force me to live through my husband's betrayal once again? He ran out on us, you know? All I ever wanted since was to never be alone again. Is that so reprehensible? Yes, because it will cost your son his life. Flava's mother trembles like a cornered animal. Her gaze darts manically from wall to wall as if looking for an escape route. Finally now she grimaces and in barely audible voice agrees. Fine, fine, fine. I'm a terrible mother. I'm the worst. I'm a monster. I don't know anything about life or my own son. I'm messing up his future. A dear dream of not dying alone. How selfish, right? So tell me I won't stop him from leaving. Tell him to try that idiotic profession for himself. That moronic toy car game. Can see one only result from this, but fine. Go on and tell him. I want his death warrant to come from my lips, so I'll let you be the executioner. Hey, that wasn't so hard, was it? I got delivered good news. Regarding... Oh, I just want to ask you to pay for the inverter factory. What do you know? I never met anyone interested in the factory. Why aren't more people curious like you and me? That place was very mysterious even before the war, you know? So much security and a huge guard regiment, magnetic seals on every door, employee strip searches after shift. That's what Mama told me anyway. But after the war, everybody sort of forgot about that place. The equipment was sold or destroyed, no one cared about folks settling in the ruins. If only I knew why. It's such a mystery. Regarding my talk with your mother, I hope you didn't tell her anything. I told her everything, and she's granted you the permission to go. Are you serious, Mama? It's all true. Do what you want. Go ahead and spit on me and my family. I will cope somehow if this job is so important to you. Mama, I won't go if you don't want me to. Just give me a straight answer. You wouldn't like a truthful answer, so do what you want. Drive your damn trucks. Thank you all. Oh, except Michael is human and has probably forgotten about me by now. The position he offered is likely already taken. Could you please talk to him about me? He lives with the parking lot guard when he's in the city. Find him, please. I'll give you my first paycheck. What do you say? Oh dang, well why not stay here? I'm back. Okay, I have no idea what that is. I never got the name of this guy, did we?
Это для меня честь.
Hmm. Short mustache man paces back and forth. When he spots you, his eyes light up with hope. Sir, please don't walk on by. I need your help. Help with what? The mustache man visibly cheers up and comes closer. See, I have a wee problem. Nothing too scary. It's just that some flesh-eating jellies called aspics have infested my home, and I'm in need of a hero to get rid of them. The woman ostensibly rolls her eyes. Infested, huh? Tell this young man why our home is infested. Can we please not discuss our personal business in front of a stranger until we get home? This information might be important to us, so why did they infest your house? Well, you know, mutants are everywhere nowadays. They just appeared one day and started. Oh, listen to me. He brought the creatures inside himself. He was trying to breed them and sell their offspring. It was an amazing plan. Who could have guessed they would escape the cages? They're formless lumps of jelly. A dog with a head injury could see a cage wouldn't hold them. The man mumbles something and turns away. So who would want to buy a flesh-eating jelly mutant? Traveling circuses, illegal fighting rings, and plenty of other people and businesses. Just think about it for a second. Imagine a huge arena. Two mighty aspects ooze out and begin beating and slamming each other. How or why? But to ask how or why not? Fine, I'll get rid of them. Don't worry, comrade entrepreneur. Thank you, I open the door for you. Just please be careful. These little monsters are more dangerous and less adorable than they look. Why didn't you call the police? I did. They said that since aspects don't have minds or limbs or bad intentions, they can't be classified as criminals. They suggested I contact pest control, but there is no pest control in Trudograd anymore. I was eliminated. It was eliminated during buddy costs years ago. In retrospect, I think they were laughing at me. Fine, open the door and do the rest. So let's see here. What the heck? 3-star? Zero damage. Okay. Okay, so I can't damage them with this stuff. God damn. Hmm. Let's see if we can damage them with just a knife then. Oh my god. Oh, that's what we should do. Okay. That seems like a more smart idea to do, right? Save me! Thank you. Where did the door go? Man's in front of a burning barrel. He's surprisingly well dressed. His face is clean, his hair net and trimmed. He's holding a pewter mug filled to the brim with black coffee, and his pockets are full of cleaning tools and supplies. Seeing you, he forces a small smile. Need a steam sweat? More interested in the fate of the local factory. You mean an inverter? It was knocked down or moved sometime for some reason I don't know. Ask around, maybe the locals can tell you more. You look weirdly clean for a chimney sweep. Hehe. There's no secret to my style. I just like to take care of my looks, and to be honest, I haven't had many assignments lately. Why not? Winter must be the best season for folks in your profession. Yeah, it ought to be, but the scrap quarry isn't the best place for work, even in peak season. Not many functioning chimneys left in this place. Yeah, there are only shacks around here. Yeah, into every life a little rain must fall, but it's just a temporary setback, nothing serious. Can Can you answer a few more questions? Maybe a bit later. Don't see anything.
Что-то случилось?
Middle-aged woman with a weather-beaten face gestures you close and slaps her. He uses the rucksack but responds with a meaty clack. Fill with the brain with the miscellaneous junk. Nariana always has the best refurbished wares. Some are so fine you almost can't believe they're refurbished. Almost. Can you quit peddling your junk for 1 minute? I want to know what happened to the inverter factory. I take anything that shines, give it a little spit polish, call it refurbished, and viola profit. That's why people started calling me the magpie. Tell you what, the factory was stolen by a much larger bird, or maybe even a whole flock. While all the dodos were desperately struggling against extinction, the vulture came and tore the factory apart. Yep, but if you're asking the specific identity of the flying scavengers, no idea, birdie. Okay, that doesn't bring me any closer to solving the missing factory mystery. Can you answer some other questions? What's it to talk about, my little birdie? This clucking hen is a different idea. Help me feed my sunflower seeds habit by buying some of my amazing for refurbished wares. What do you have here then? Dr. Eagle's book. Okay. What does that give them? Det kostar lite. I wonder if this would be anything. Shipping stone, quartz of throwing knives. These to her. Just taking up weight. But where the heck did those people go then? Just scrounged. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is so weird. They like just run off to somewhere. Uh, hmm. So where the heck did they run off to?
Добро пожаловать в
Oh,
Трудоград.
damn. Those music have their own afterlife they're enjoying it now. Really? Amazing, all of a sudden that my noble pets died. I come up with a new breeding plan for them now. This time I'm gonna go off without a hit. No risk, only rewards. I don't doubt it. You gonna pay me or what? Oh yeah, sure thing. Is 300 rubles okay? Speech. That's not what a reward, pal. You're right about that. Let me give you 100 more, as well as a can of delicious condensed milk. That must be enough, am I right? Of course I am. That is better. Give it here. There you go. And tell me, what's the fate of the inverter factory? Most folks never question what happened to their place. They had other things to worry about. And nobody wanted to invite trouble by asking the authorities, but I investigated and I think it's safe to share that I learned all these years ago. The factory was disassembled and moved away from here by the former army general and current defense minister, Gleb Voronin. Now, why he did that and where it is now, I have no idea. You can ask him personally, except that no regular Joe can just walk into seventh heaven. Tell me, okay. And what's seventh heaven? What sort of place is it? That's what we bottom feeders call a huge structure on top of the flat block roofs. Didn't you see it when you were approaching the city? A huge district built for those who rule us and those who are rich enough to buy a life above the poverty and smog of city streets. It's forbidden to us regular folks. Well, is there a way to get in? Sure, you can either have parents who are important politicians or try serving in the city police. At a certain rank, policemen get a permit allowing them to visit the upper district. There is, however, a third way. Or say Mikulich, the owner of eponymous Haven, is pretty good at forging enter permits. There are a lot of police in Trudograd and no single seventh heaven god knows every one of them personally. If your permit looks like the real deal, they let you in, no questions asked. What kind of guy is this Voronin fellow? I don't know him personally, just his political inclinations, the laws he passed. Also know that he, despite the odds, he not only survived the dark times of anarchy in Trudograd, but even kept his seat of power. First as an army general and later as a politician. That means he's either very wise or very powerful indeed. Why would he move an entire factory piece by piece? What was so important about it? I don't know, I'm not in the mood for guessing. Maybe it was useless and decided to sell it to Astrakhan or reuse the materials for building the walls. Or maybe it was so valuable they wanted to save every piece of machinery from the hands of marauder gangs. Must be one or the other, unless it's not. Thanks for the info. We'll see about that. Could you answer a few questions? What's your name, man? My full name is long and pretty, so you can address me by my last name, Kondrashkin. What do you do for a living? I buy salt from a fishmonger in the outskirts, which I exchange for scrap metal at the Yefim's place nearby. The metal I then resell to Naranja, the merchant, and she fixes it up to look good as new. That money I go to Demian from the outskirts and buy 12 bolts of cloth and resell it to Guangzhou traders. Then I use the money to buy medium-sized suspenders and... okay. Your eyelids are growing heavier and heavier as you stand there listening in. You feel your eyes close and you descend into the lands of dreams. Sleep while standing as you were taught in ATOM. In your dream, you see many strange things, from midgets in suspenders to jeans boiling in huge pots and exotic birds flying around in cages that get exchanged from arrowheads. Everything dances around in kaleidoscope of shapes or colors until a loud sound startles you back to consciousness. Exchanging the pulp of the purple pumpkin for the metal pass of water by brandy. And hey, are you paying attention? Rapidly getting your bearings, you answer with a drowsy nod. Despite missing the most of the story, you still feel like you learned something new about the wondrous world of barter economy. What's going on in the city? Grim times is what? It's as if everyone's waiting for something terrible to happen. The last time it was like this was just before the Great Plague of 2001. Are there any good rumors? People from the cult of Saint Serioza spending the winter by the Great War Memorial. This last summer, people from Saint Slavik's cult stopped there. These two groups are dire enemies and never miss a chance to call each other heretics. If they ever met, it would be a big brawl in the square, no doubt about it. Okay. Well, we're done with you. Okay, cool. So you had a lot of interesting facts and we got some money. Maybe we should buy that book. I don't know. I'm curious about that book, if it's valuable or not.
Я так занята.
You know what we do? Save. Take an iron-bound book from your backpack. White leather strap holding shut is a handmade piece, clearly one of a kind. You wonder what is it hiding? What obscure secrets lurk betwixt its venerable pages? Look at the back of the book. You find a cartoonish portrait, almost a character of a heavyset man with his hair combed back. Wrap on the book. Sounds hollow. Undo the strap holding it closed. Pick the lock. No. Weaknesses failed. Break the pin locking your fist. No. Endurance. No. Hasn't stopped and started to book some more. Do strap. The heck, man? This seems to be something weird with that one. But I'm gonna wait. I'd rather see you save my money for now. And open it anyway. Policeman is frowning at the passers-by on Trudograd snow street. He's standing all alone, bracing himself against the constant gust of frigid wind. Come here, policeman. What can you tell me about Trudograd? Yeah, I tell you what I tell every migrant. Here in Trudograd, we hate adventures and thrill seekers, and we are suspicious of mercenaries. What we like is law, peace, and order. Remember this, and your stay will be pleasant and fruitful. The house of service, difficult and dangerous? That's confidential information. My presence reassures the locals that someone is always on watch. If things get rough, I can radio for backup. I respect your position. Good luck. Damn, that was some butt kissing. Okay, you're in that room and I'm in this room. Can I take that without you flipping out? Okay, good. A plump man stands in the center of the room, eyes shut, fist clenched, mouth agape. After a few deep breaths, he almost deafens you with his loud, deep singing voice. Toreador, don't spit on the floor. Please use the cuspidor. That's what it's for. Clap your hands. Bravo. Bravissimo. Opera singing bows to you. He has a huge green plaster on his face. Ah, prego. Mascarpone per pizza. Dalla notte testa di arte, I see Maestro Ozolin's Master is not only good at picking wine, he also picks the best delivery boys in the city. Oh, how scandalous. Now, what news do you bring, boy? You're mistaken. I'm no messenger. Seeing he gasps and his eyes roll back in his skull until the whites are showing. First, a foul-mouthed primal stove repairman barges into my boat, even though I do not own such a technological wonder. Then a drunken street sweeper does the same. Then a neighbor lady came to drink tea with me, and now you! Seems the whole of the Trudograd will visit moi before Andris Mosodovic's courier arrives, but that's okay. Good things come to those who wait, as they say. Meanwhile, I, Lev Petrovich Sherba, would have you explain yourself, you scoundrel. What do you wish of this humble genius, the singing bird of Solsngrad? Sherba, huh? Maybe you can tell me why your name is written in this notebook. Sherba takes the withered notebook and studies the list of names. He then sniffs at the thing. I sense perfume. Oh, is that Red Moscow? A sweet, young, music-loving girl must have recorded my name in this notepad after she fell in love with my amazing voice. Such a romantic girl, such an ear for opera. The others on the list are probably also singers or musicians. But look at how clumsy the names are written and how lovingly she wrote mine. Oh yes, this last knows who has the most octaves in this vocal range, if you know what I mean. Says that right here that the notebook belongs to some Potap Verbalski. That's a man's name. So what? I'd love to be adored, no matter the gender of the adorer. I like all sexes equally as long as they are the sexes of my fans. Before you can fly, Shelby wags his finger in your face, warning you not to say anything insulting in return. In any case, I have no idea who this young bird is. I love all my fans, but there are just too many to remember them all. I see, and who are you waiting for, Sherburne? I think I dropped enough hints already. I'm waiting for a courier to present my invitation to sing in the Grand Trudograd Opera. Oh, what amazing roles to perform under its lofty dome, on its time-honored stage. Why do you think you'll be invited to sing there? Why wouldn't I? I'm the best singer in Solstengrad, the town of the sun. My fame has long since reached this putrid ratness of a city. I refuse to believe my singing talent isn't enough for this place, because it is. Never heard of an opera house in Trudograd. Oh, please don't join my legion of haters. There are enough of them already. Sometimes they pretend to be simple passerby when they lie to me. The opera was closed down years ago. They will say, oh, there's no more opera in the city. But that's not true, because I don't believe it to be true. It's simple as that. What if you say so? Hey, can we talk about something else now? Okay, can you answer a couple more questions? I hope your question will either be about me or require that I share my opinion or some rumors I've heard. So tell me about something about yourself. How ignorant of you. Everyone in the world knows Lev Sherpa, a nightingale whose voice has filled many a grade school auditorium. An abandoned lot in grim Solstengrad. It's a terrible experience in my hometown, which I do not care to discuss. I left St. Slavik's chorus for unmarried men and decided to conquer the Trudograd music scene. Any thoughts on Trudograd? A stinking, bloated clam, inside of which lies a beauteous pearl. Avert your eyes, lest you go blind, for I am that pearl, my boy. Any rumors then? I brought a share of truth. During the last outbreak of the mumps in Solstengrad, the disease was only defeated after I sung a soothing ballad to the local hospital staff. They were so inspired, they instantly cured everyone. Okay, buddy. Nod back at him and leave. I thought I was gonna be able to get a question or to find this person, but I guess not. There's a lot of people here. A muscular, dark-haired man with white soul is arguing aggressively with a balding man of similar physique. Can't immediately figure out what the quarrel is about, but it must be very important to them. They are so involved they didn't even notice your approach. I've been in passes like this before. The bearded tough guy throws a quick glance your way and stops his opponent in his tracks. Shut your pie hole for a sec. Can't you see this guy is trying to talk to me? What's up, man? If it's about room, tough luck. I don't have any vacancies. What are you arguing about? Can I help? No, this is none of your business. Move along. Strength. Whisper. If that guy is inconveniencing you, I can sell him on his way. For a couple of 100 rubles, that is. Save your foggiest proposition for your street friends. My good name has suffered enough from this idiot's doings. Even a person of questionable legality such as yourself would finish me off completely. What I pay you for, in theory, is to have a nice civil chat with the guy. You know, use your words. If this asshole is trying to either provoke me or make me lose my mind. First, he started prospecting scrap metal. That's my line of work, and until now, I never had any real competition. Then he uncovered some funky archival documents stating that half the places I'm digging up are actually property of his ancient ancestors, and therefore belongs to him. If that wasn't enough, now that he's coming around every day and declaring that brace yourself for this bit. that I'm haunting his sleep and trying to murder him in his nightmares. Fucking A, how can you even say such a ridiculous thing with a straight face? How could you animate shoelace tying, groaning, and an armpit washing human being believing such hogwash? No hogwash here, you only wicked sleep magic. You want to destroy your competition, don't you? I stopped you from growing fatter and richer, exploding my ancestral lands. So you decide to send a terrible visions my way. Don't talk to that modern day Svengali stranger. Leave him to fest in his own dark mind, or he might make an appearance in your dreams too. Straight from the horse's mouth. Can you believe this insane drivel? You can try and debate him if you like. I'm willing to pay a handsome sum if you get him to see he's spouting shit, but I'm half convinced an early grave is the only fix for this superstitious idiot. We will see. How about you answer a few questions first? You kidding me? What question? Talk business if you have any. Okay. So we got... There's people everywhere. Damn it. This heavy-set bald man around 40 is giving you a careful once-over. When he begins to speak, his surprisingly gentle voice does at all match his somewhat menacing appearance. I heard that Epiphanes asked you to talk to me about my beliefs. Okay, let's talk. I'll quickly debunk all of your arguments and continue to blame that scoundrel for physical violence and witchcraft. Do so until his will breaks and he admits his crimes. Okay, well, let's start. What's with all this arguing? There's no arguing, at least not on my side. Some time ago, my little scrap company began to step on the toes of Epiphanes Scrap Metal Cooperative. It wasn't any ill intent on my part. My business naturally grew and expanded to new scavenging sites, while Epiphanes' crews shrank, no doubt due to their alcohol problem. I also have a legal case against Epiphanes for gathering scrap on the lands of my great ancestor, Count Artemon Bakhmitorov. Intellect. A legal case. The rights of the aristocracy were dissolved a century ago. The first years after the war, Trudograd's government changed almost weekly due to constant series of coups. Leadership changed hands between communist fascists, monarchists, democrats, anarchists, Deadites, beach worshippers, turnip cultists, the unholy servants of the Black Goat, and so on and so forth. Sometimes during this political unrest, someone snuck a little statue into the city's constitution which proclaimed the successor of all noble families had the right to retake their ancestral lands, provided they could prove their lineage. When our current authorities finally disposed of the competition for good, they proclaimed the constitution to be inviolable and impervious to criticism. Little did they know that the statute about the nobility remained intact. Okay, point taken, go on. At first everything went smoothly, my company was reaping huge profit and the judge promised the land dispute would be solved in my favor. But then, my sleep began to be plagued with terrible dreams every night, indescribable nightmares, all different. The one thing my night terrors all had in common was Epiphanes. He appeared in every single one. Every night his goal was to brutally murder me. Imagine this for a second. Ducky, you close your eyes after a hard day's work, but instead of oblivion, you find yourself staring into the bloodshot peepers of that buff bastard. Before you can tell whether it's real or the beginning of a nightmare, he is lunging at you with a knife. You run as the hallucination swirls and churns unendingly. Cautiously, you squeeze through its vicious, slow-moving fabric, and you know. If it catches you and kills you here, you die in the real world too. It was thanks to this never-ending torment that I slept through my court hearing, still working to resolve the situation with the judge. My work has withered as well because of my constant sleeplessness and distraction. That's why I'm here, trying to convince this asshole to lift the curse. So you had a few nightmares and the first thing you came up with was, I'm cursed. Is it that too far-fetched? The unknown and the mystical surrounds us? I'm not just talking about giant insects, bloodthirsty mutants, or that ominous red star that gets close every day. During every full moon, guttural howls and the sound of maddening flute pierce the night in the woods around the city. Greasy black runes of stone appear in the middle of the river when the stars are right. Black goat walks the eerie swamps in an eternal twilight. The Kishtum dwarf, Dietlo Pass, the ghost of Stalin, all these things have been witnesses and even recorded by a regular man. Can't all be imaginary. Alright, whatever. Is that the whole story? Yeah, isn't that enough? I just asked him to stop his wicked ways and settle things like a real man. So, the court system. But the scoundrel is acting all squirrely, denying everything, since even simple passerby like yourself seems to doubt his real warlock. I'll prove it somehow. And we go with speechcraft. Don't you suppose that living in magic in our day and age is kind of dumb, partner? The man ponders his words while rubbing his sweaty bald head in a circle pattern. You know what, Ducky? Maybe I went too far accusing Epiphanes of being a warlock. Our paths cross every day. I see him in court. I argue with him all the time. Don't wonder I'm seeing him in my nightmares. Starting to think my own obsession might be more likely answer than dark magic. Occam's hatchet and all that. I need to relax, get some real rest. I put this all aside for a few days, then maybe my nightmares will go away on their own. Exactly. Take it easy for a couple of days and nightmares will end. And where the heck did he go? Okay. I don't know how you got that weird to move on, but thanks, man. Here's your reward, 300 rubles. Don't spend it all on a horse. Speech cap, if it wasn't for my negotiation skills, he would have never left you alone. How about you fatten the pot a little, huh? Guess I could spare an extra 150. That's what I'm talking about. Here you go. Can you answer a few questions now? Yep, we can talk. So what's your name? Yeah, here a problem. I thought I told you already. My name is Epiphanes. What do you do? I'm a council that rents out rooms in this ruin. But my main business is scrap metal repurposing. Tell me about the city. The authorities were always bragging about gunning bombs out of the sky mid-air on the day the world ended. But we really ought to thank the stupidity of enemy spies instead of our amazing military. America must have miscalculated the strategic importance of Trudograd and its factories, since they only sent 5 nukes our way instead of 5,000. Only good gossip? Remember the massive cloth shortage 2 years ago? The same reliable sources are predicting huge price increases for pig iron in the next year. Stock up now, triple your money later. Yeah.